Most people have had one or more fillings done in the history of their mouth. If you've wondered what really goes on with a filling, hopefully this will help. A filling is usually done to repair damage from decay. The extent and location on the tooth of the decay will largely determine the size and shape of the filling. Or, since fillings do have a lifespan, and most eventually will need replacing, the size and shape of the old filling are determining factors. So here's a visual example. This is a tooth model. The blue that you see here would represent the rubber dam. This is the tooth we're looking at. This is a little clip that holds the rubber dam in place. This, don't worry about it, it's just a wedge that's being slid between the teeth. But this gives you an example of the shape that's been cut into the tooth to prepare it for placing a filling. The decay has been removed, a very specific shape has been cut, and this is what we call a tooth preparation, ready for placing the filling. And often some type of ring or band like this is placed around the tooth to help confine the filling material as it's placed into the tooth. The filling material that we use is composite resin. It's kind of a soft paste form, so it gets placed in increments into this cavity preparation. Just to give you another visual, these are some old amalgam fillings. We never in our clinic, never, ever will place mercury silver fillings in anybody's mouth. So here's a snapshot of a filling under construction. So you see a little band like you saw on the model. This is the prepared tooth, the shape that's been cut into it. It already has, at this point, one layer of filling material. The filling materials get placed in a series of increments. It's not just all slopped in there at once. This is part of the technique of doing a composite filling material. And this just shows the next increment or next layer of filling material in place. Most people don't realize that a composite filling is actually made up of 3 different materials. The first material that goes in place is a bonding agent, and then a thin layer or liner, and then the composite filling material, the bulk of it goes in place next. Each increment is cured and hardened with a high intensity light, and sometimes you'll see this little wand going in the mouth and a beeping sound. That's the light that cures the composite material and turns it just rock hard. So here's the filling material with all of the increments in place. And then here the rubber dam has come off, the bands and rings have come off, the filling material has been shaped and polished and complete, and most of the time can look like pretty much like a natural tooth again. And this is a very strong and very biocompatible composite filling material. And I said all fillings have a lifespan. A well-done composite filling should last many years, but here's an old filling that's seen better days and probably about due to be replaced. This old amalgam filling on the tooth next to it, not in very great shape either. So these two are due to be replaced. And this is just to give you a visual sense of what we look at when we look and see, oh man, this filling needs replacing. And it's not too hard to see here. There's some breakdown happening at the margins here and here. These fillings have been in a long time and they're no longer sealing and serving the tooth well, so they should be replaced. So many of you know that a lot of the time in our practice is spent replacing old mercury silver amalgam fillings. And this is just showing 4 mercury fillings in a row. Rubber dam is in place, and all these fillings are going to get replaced at once. And here the rubber dam is off, the fillings are finished. So here's 4 composite fillings in a row. Again, a good, strong, durable, long-lasting, biocompatible material that's also pretty aesthetic looking. And that's the story of composite filling.